Welcome back to fam, or if you're new, welcome to the show. If you haven't seen any of my real versus fake videos, this one's gonna be a new one. I had numerous comments asking, do Stone Island, and finally, it is here. So before we get into the party, make sure to like the video, comment down below, and if you really wanna tickle my fancy, hit that sub button. You know what I'm talking about. Now on to that note, you do got my Stone Island zip up hoodie here for reference, and this is where it's gonna come down to it all. Reference is everything in this case. I'll be showing a few things and hopefully enlighten the situation. So out of anything on this hoodie, we're gonna get into the badge itself, because this is the bread and butter of this iconic Stone Island badge. This is gonna tell you a lot if it's real or fake. If you can get a hold of it, if you can see it in your hand, if you can see it at a thrift, or if you can see it in a resale shop, that is everything. But usually, I know most people online shop, so pretty much you're only gonna see the badge on a jacket or a sweater. So technically, if you can see it in person, you see the cleanliness of the stitching as well as the back stitching, it's gonna tell you a lot there. You can also check for the color, but that again has to do with reference. So usually you have to have it in hand to even check for color. This is where we're gonna get into the main thing about this entire thing, which is the eyelets. The eyelets of the badge are the holes that the button goes through. That's gonna be a big one right there. As you can see on the actual eyelet itself, the stitching around it's not gonna actually be a perfect rectangle. And that's where a lot of people actually look for a clean rectangle shape around it, but in this case, no, it's not supposed to look like that. The holes itself will actually be like eyes, and that's something to definitely look for here. Now, when we flip that around, and this is where on the edges of both eyelets, even front and back, you actually see a little stitch that actually goes over, which is called a drop stitch. And this is something I do look for all the time when you're looking at online Stone Island, someone selling it. The drop stitch is everything. If it's missing the drop stitch, And that's all I can really tell you about the badge itself. It's funny because I have never seen replacements that are real. Every replacement I've seen are either a fake or came from a private owner and their hoodie jacket has been trashed, so they end up selling the badge for a lot of money. Now into one thing I really had to talk about, it's where the badge goes. There we go, easy squeezy, lemon peasy. So pay attention right here because this is another one to look for, is the buttons themselves. Looking not for flat buttons, you're looking for shiny. A lot of fakes come in flat. Replacement buttons too, flat, fake. I was gonna talk about the neck tag, but there's only so much and it's very difficult now. I've seen some really good ones. I'm gonna talk about the inside tags. This case, this is something I should have mentioned right in the beginning of the video, is if you guys ever come up on Stone Island or buy Stone Island or buy it from the store, never take a picture of the Serta logo with the authentication code. This is something you never wanna do. This tag is actually at www.sertalogo.com. You go to the website and you put the authentication code right in there. It'll tell you if it's real or fake. Most of the time, the thing is real, and when you go to check it, it says there's something wrong with the code, that it's been searched too much or it's been something. I have warned many people when they post up, oh, I found Stone Island, is this real? Anybody can help? You ever seen those Instagram pictures where somebody finds something and they want to know? The QR code, everything will be messed up, and then you're gonna have to call the company for them to do whatever. Never happened to me, luckily, and this is why it's gonna be difficult to show you guys, but this is something to look for. Not so much the numbers, okay? Not so much the numbers to look for. What you're looking for is the font of the tag itself. Show you a comparison of something to look for, and most of the time the font will be too close together, maybe a little bit too big, but in this case the font will be too close together. You'll see right there where it says authenticity and on. In the real, it's got a nice space through the whole thing. A lot of the fakes, the words will be way too close together. Now, I did want to add something before I wrap this up, is if you have brand new tags or you found something with brand new tags, another thing to go off of is the art code. I would look it up, go onto the internet, look it up, what is the art code of Stone Island. So for example, hoodies, I believe is usually like a 6, and you'll get a lot of different ones depending on the build material. That's something to look for, the art code. But other than that, I hope this helped. Remember, I do legit checks, $5 through my PayPal. Hit my DM. For the time being, it's actually at @FreshFromTheFleet_archives. Put it right here if you guys need it. So for the time being, it'll go back to @FreshFromTheFleet, but for now, it's Fresh From the Fleet Archives. So like I say, I make these videos, but if you need a little bit more extra help, hit me up. Please remember, if you like the video, drop a like. And with that, I'm just gonna say what I always say. Hit that sub button because more videos are coming. This was Mick from Fresh From the Fleet. Trust the compass.